tune from the 70s. It was called Birdland. It was written by Joe Zawinul. Now we're going to carry on with the James Bond theme, which is by Monty Norman. It's going to feature Jake Harmon, Sam Roach, Sam Bleen, Caroline Gobin, David Snyder, and our guest today, Dr. Matthew Buczko. This is the James Bond theme. We're now going to play a tune by one of the greats of modern jazz. This is tenor saxophonist John Coltrane. This is a tune of his that's entitled Equinox, and I think we just kind of had one of them. I know some of you may drive some of them. And this is going to feature Cindy Boyer, Shelby Blakely, Elena Sisk, Rachel Holman, and our guest, trumpeter Dr. Matthew Buczko. This is Equinox. One, two, three. much. The next tune we're going to play was made famous by the Clifford Brown Max Roach Quintet, and I know that that's a trumpeter, Clifford Brown, that Dr. Buczko really, really likes to listen to and emulate. And this tune is called Jordu. It's named after a piano player named Duke Jordan. It's going to feature Dr. Buczko, and also Sam Roach, Elena Sisk, McKenna Bleen, and the whole band. This is Jordu. One, two, three, and... Thank you very much. That was Contents Under Pressure by Vince Gassi. Featured our guests, Dr. Buczko, also Lana Sisk, Rachel Holman, Caroline Gobin, and Harrison Lane. Contents Under Pressure. So, in January of this year, I went to the Illinois Music Educators State Conference, and I was walking out to the parking garage, and this gentleman held the door open for me, and he asked me some questions about whether I was having a good conference, and I said that I was, and I told him my name, and he said his name was Mike Steinell. And so we talked for a little bit. And so this next tune we're going to play for you is by Mike Steinell, who I just happened to meet, and we've played some of his tunes before, but what really started me wanting to play this tune was I ran into him going to the parking garage, and then 5 minutes later I was looking through music at the exhibits, and there was this tune called Bubbert's Groove by Mike Steinell. And he's got a whole series of tunes by Bubbert. Bubbert does all sorts of things. He goes west, he does other flips out, or I can't remember the other stuff that he does at this point. But this is Bubbert's Groove, and it features, at one point, Jaden, Dr. Buczko, and a cereal bowl. So you'll have to pay attention for that. And then Rachel Holman, Sam Bleem, Caroline Gobin, McKenna Bleem, and David Snyder. This is Bubbert's Groove. And the 50s. This is entitled All Right, Okay, You Win. And it's going to feature Dr. Buczko on trumpet, Cindy Boyer on alto sax, Shelby Blakely on bari sax. This is All Right, Okay, You Win. One, two, one. One, two, three, and... audience, and before we play our final tune for you, I would like to thank all the members of the jazz band who have done a fantastic job. Working today, doing everything that we asked of them, and really doing some wonderful musical things. And I'm also thanking them in advance for tearing down the setup. And we've done this now for like 18 years. Our first guest soloist was a gentleman named Dennis de Blasio in 2000. And so we've been doing this ever since. And it's really a program that we like to do because it calls attention and gives us a chance to spend a day doing something that we like doing 2 days a week from 7:25 to 7:55 in the morning. And so it's really a good thing for us. When I got to Havana as a teacher, if we would have had these jazz concerts then, and unfortunately we didn't, Dr. Buczko would have been sitting over here. Okay? So, not over here. Not over here, but over here. If you can get, all that means is that I'm old. So he has been fantastic with us, not only today, but also yesterday. Came in, played with the band in the morning, then went over to the junior high and worked with some students. He didn't know he was going to do that, he just did it because he's a good guy. And worked with some students on their solos and just talked to some students, and really has been absolutely fantastic. So we'd like to thank one more time Dr. Matt Buczko. Is entitled Rockin' the Boat. It's got a minor story behind it. Same music convention, $1. The piece of music you're about to hear cost $1. Doug Beach, who has played also with us, sells tunes of his. They aren't necessarily bad, they're just ones that didn't sell real well. So this was one of the dollar charts, and every year band directors rush over at the convention to get the dollar charts, and there was like one copy left, and this is it. It's called Rockin' the Boat. Harrison Lane, Cindy Boyer, David Snyder, Jay Carmen, Shelby Blakely. Thank you very much for being a fabulous audience. This is Rockin' the Boat. One, two, 1, 2, 3.